Welcome back to the Pulse. The Rubber Farmers Association of Ghana has rejected calls for a total ban on raw rubber exports, describing recent claims by processors and other stakeholders as misleading and unfounded. Well, the association insists that raw rubber exports are already regulated and the existing laws and play a critical role in protecting farmers' livelihoods. RUFAG, as they call themselves, argues that an export ban will create monopolies, depress farm gate prices, and worsen rural poverty, noting that millions depend on rubber farming and trading for survival. Well, the group is urging the government to maintain the current regulated export system and strengthen oversight rather than adapt policies it says would harm farmers and destabilize the rubber industry. And thankfully, I've been joined in the studio by the General Secretary of the Rubber Farmers Association of Ghana, Michael Nyako, and also joining me is the Executive Member of Rubber Farmers Association, Dr. Lila Boafo, and again, Patrick Awochi is also an Executive Member of the same association, joining me in the studio. Gentlemen and lady, glad you could join me. Why this push? Let me start with the lady. Ladies first. Dr. Lila.
The push is, as you rightly said, if that ban goes on, then it means that there will be so much monopoly. And as you know, with monopoly, prices will not be too good. Besides, the other people who are the buyers, they have license to do that. So it's not like rubber farmers are giving their rubber to people who are illegal. They're Ghanaians. They have license to buy, and they buy even at a better price. So that's what we're saying.
I mean, let me come to you, Michael. Michael, right?
Yeah.
There are already calls for the ban of, latex, rubber, and all that, and you are making this push. Why?
Well, as Doc started, the rubber processing companies are behind this. They are pushing for a complete ban of raw rubber export. But we are saying no, that isn't the way to go. We are calling on the government to take a look at it, listen to farmers very well. Reason being that the farmers are we are the backbone of the industry. And so when you have an actor, which is the backbone of your industry, you don't really take any decision without consulting that actor adequately. We have never been consulted. So we don't understand why the call for the ban. Meanwhile, the ban is at the detriment of the farmer.
Why and how?
A lot of them, okay? So that's where you come in here and say that in the first place, if you look at the whole analysis, why the call for a ban? As Doctor said, there's a law enacted in Parliament, Act of Parliament, the TCD Act 1010, that says that they recognize various actors of the industry. You have the farmers as the backbone, you have the traders, the aggregators, you have the exporters, you have the processors. And every actor must play a role to make the industry successful. Why immediate call for a ban for the exporters? That you want to initiate processes to amend the law in Parliament, and they say that the exporters are no more part of an actor in the industry? Why? We need to interrogate that. What is it? But we have done our research, and indeed we know that they have a certain agenda behind that. And it's all about making the farmer worse in our business. That is all. And we can explain further. You look at the fact that when you talk about monopoly, doctor said they want to monopolize the system. So in a very simple term, what does a monopoly present? What is good in monopoly?
Tell us.
Sorry? That means that they want to monopolize the market and then be able to control the price of rubber. In fact, if government should heed to this, it is going to lead to price. The price will affect the farmers. You will not get what you, because as it is now, there's a healthy competition among all the actors, all right? The traders, the exporters, they are all buying rubber. And farmers, you are comfortable because we can take a decision where to go and sell our cap lumps. And so when they restrict or they ban, and only one actor is supposed to buy, you have no other option. So assuming processors say we are giving you 6,000, that's all that you can have. Why must it be so? When we have invested our own money, a lot of our investment have gone into this farm. It's not easy to plant a rubber tree, right? To do 10 acres of rubber, can you imagine how much you need? You will need not less than 300,000 Ghana cedis annually to do that. And I spend that hooping money to do my investment, and I'm dictated to sell it to only one actor who can control the price.
Right.
We don't really understand it. That is the whole basis. So it's all about price. You are not saying that processors should not be in business for that matter. They shouldn't process to create jobs. But even in the area of creating jobs, farmers have made a case. If government is really looking at jobs, then it should be looking at the farmer and not the processor. Because farmers are employing thousands of times more than the processors.
Okay.
Our assessment shows that processors in the country may be employing around 1,000 people, whilst we, the farmers, are employing over 500,000 people working under our farms. And these farmers, these workers, are paid from the revenue you get from the farms. Revenue comes from the price, okay? So if the price is better, you get better revenue, you can pay the workers better to survive. So any decision taken that affects the price of rubber is so dangerous and not in the interest of the industry of rubber.
Let me come to you, Patrick. There are already calls for a total ban on rubber. We're told that we should substitute rubber for paper, for example. And now here we have your association opposing such calls. Some will say, why don't you just venture into, for example, paper industry instead of, fixating everything on rubber?
Well, thank you for the question. But then it just has to do with how rubber is versatile. You're talking about paper, maybe for plastics. That's why you're concerned about, and for pollution. But let's look at the other things like, condoms. Let's look at things like car ties. Let's look at things like the other important thing, which is what? Medical gloves. So the use of rubber currently is at a stage where it is that important. Yes, when it comes to where there are areas of pollution, we get it. Then as much as possible, where you can substitute for paper, that is great. But still, rubber will continue to be very, very important. Even we know there's synthetic rubber, but as now, it seems synthetic rubber has not been able to overtake or even get so close to natural rubber because of the values of natural rubber. Going back to what we are talking about, it's about we've got actors in the system. We've mentioned traders, we've got aggregators. I'll take you back to about 3 years ago, when as much, or even during the COVID period, the extreme it got to was that the processing companies suspended the purchase of rubber for about 3 months at a minimum. Complete suspension. In that case, what happened is that the farmers were left, they were really got into a situation where they were in dire straits. At that time, other opportunities arose, like the exporters and traders who now came to purchase the rubber. And that's what brought about an opportunity to have another market access to be able to deal in our rubber. And that is critical, because even during those times, there are things which competition brings. The access or weight bridges where we could sell our rubber were limited. Because competition increased, and now farmers did not have to work on transportation, which is not their core competence, by transporting their rubber. We had actors like traders who came now to purchase at the farm gate. That was a positive. Credit payments also, and payment time was also improved. And these processors and these, these traders and other actors, including exporters, they also add additional benefit or value add to these farmers by providing them with soft loans, which have also contributed to them being able to expand their production. All these come into play. That is why we are asking for a situation where there must be a balance, and that is why they brought TCDA to come and play a role of managing, regulating, and bringing a balance. The big question is, why do farmers sell to exporters or traders? And it's a matter, in this case, basically it's about price. And if this thing is going to be resolved, simply it's about why can't our processors buy in the least at parity to what exporters or other players are doing, but want to buy cheaper. I think it's about how, if we want to solve this, we need to sit into a room, all of us together, and come up with win-win solutions where everybody benefits. The best of every world for every player.
Right.
That's what it should be.
Of course, I started with Dr. Boafo. I want to end with you. What happens if this ban goes on?
We will cross the bridge when we get over there.
How would you do that? We want to know.
Because we have to think, at the moment, we can see how a law can just be undone without all the members being put together to talk about it and deliberate it. And I don't think this nation is that kind of nation that will just say, because one bit of the process, in fact, they're the least. We are more. And then they say, okay, because of them, a law is going to be undone. So that's what I would say. I don't see it coming. What we are looking for is that we're looking for all of us to come together and deliberate about it and then do the right thing so that everyone would be okay.
Dr. Lila Boafo, thank you very much. She's an executive member of the Rubber Farmers Association of Ghana. Earlier, we heard from Patrick Awotre, who is also an executive member of the Rubber Farmers Association of Ghana, and Michael Nyako, who's the General Secretary of the Rubber Farmers Association of Ghana. Gentlemen and lady, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're still watching The Pulse here. When we return from the break, we'll tell you about a new TV show that's coming up. Don't go anywhere.